Hi, my name is Harrison, and I'm a senior analyst on the intelligence development team.
I got into cybersecurity through my bachelor's degree. So my bachelor's degree is in criminal justice, and while I was earning that, I took a class called cybercrime. And it really kind of showed me that there was a new way to combine my really lifelong passion for technology and my now academic knowledge of criminal justice and combine those two together and then get into cybersecurity. So that's kind of how I got into the field. What really got me into intelligence analysis was one of my professors in graduate school had told me about it. I didn't really know much about it, so once I started looking into it, I discovered that cyber threat intelligence was a relatively new field, so I wanted to try and find my way into it, and I did that here at Digital Shadows.
Recently, I've been looking into cryptocurrency and researching not only how and why criminals will use cryptocurrency, but the risks that financial services companies take on by kind of exposing themselves to this newer technology. One of the financial services threat landscapes forecasts that we put together at the beginning of 2018 incorporated these risks and incorporated the sudden increase in media attention and the sudden rise of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology as a whole, and then also discussed kind of the different discussions going on regarding financial institutions incorporating them into their ongoing financial systems. There's a lot of different threat vectors that exist within these areas that a lot of them aren't fully understood yet, even by the cybersecurity industry. But that's really what drives me, what really interests me about kind of this area.
My day-to-day usually involves producing threat intelligence for our clients, looking at more of the general threat landscape and how it may apply to them. I also answer requests for information for our clients and produce reports based on those. And then I also will update the threat actor profile library that we have to keep everything up to date and current.
A customer came to us with a request for information regarding a publicly reported data breach that had affected them. And they came to us basically saying that an extortion email had been sent to them as a result of the breach that basically stated that the attackers had stolen several internal and confidential assets of theirs. And so I've done kind of a lot of different online investigation training, and I've conducted some of these similar things in the past. So this is one of the things that I'm actually really interested in. So I use kind of my past experiences to analyze the email headers from the extortion emails, as well as IP addresses that were found, and I was able to tie those to an infrastructure that had been previously used by a high-profile espionage threat actor.
Outside of work, I try to do a lot of learning and development. So I've taken a couple classes specifically revolving around intelligence analysis and trying to learn the foundations of that. I also try and stay as current as I can on world events. A lot of the times in my day-to-day at work, I will kind of get caught up in the information security bubble. So I like to get sort of an outside perspective and kind of look at the more general mainstream news to see what's going on outside of our little bubble. Keep reading. I'd say reading is pretty essential. Keeping up to date on current events is always helpful, and I would say question everything. So one thing that I do, or one thing that I did when I was starting out, was I would try and dig into the news stories and find their reasoning for why they would write a certain thing. So I wanted to find out how they made their conclusions, and that is pretty much the foundation of intelligence analysis. So if you start questioning those assumptions and questioning other people's assessments, then that's a really good way to start kind of shifting your mind into thinking more critically.